before. So that's I guess to be fair kind of like comparison compared going into that of Alter Ego, but then again still a strong one nonetheless. So now Alter Ego banning into Sableye, this is more of a respect ban, so that a respect ban and of course a resource ban as well, ensuring that they are not going to be well annoyed by that invisible little gremlin that is roaming around the map all day, all night. But with that being said, though, that's going to be another one here, a respect ban that is going to be the Mimikyu to respect ban against that of Shengdi. But now that also allows them to go in with Alter Ego with the Mirai. Sorry, Z-Ray is going to be going in for that of the Miraidon. I was confusing Z-Ray for BKZ. My apologies for that. But with that being said, though, I'm going to be answered back here by that of the Zacian and the Umbreon.
Yeah, for sure. And I think for a Blacklist International good setup first. For now, for Zacian and Umbreon to be picked up first, and Alter Ego went in for the damage category, right? You have the Miraidon and Serena as well. But Blacklist International, if you're going to consider it, that Urshifu is no longer there. So Blaziken would still be an option if they want to go for that double defender, double all-rounder, and Garchomp would definitely suffice into this situation, especially considering that they also have that Snorlax available in their comp.
Right, and with that being said, as I mentioned, Garchomp is going to be chosen here along with the Snorlax, as I mentioned. Looking at it right now, double defender composition, they have double all-rounder as well. Just waiting for that one support Pokemon, possibly a Clefable in this composition, given the fact that Alter Ego already had the Blissey into their arsenal, or maybe even the Eldegoss as well for Blacklist International. But with that being said, though, wow, okay, they might be running something different here. They might be going in for a very aggressive kind of composition if they're going to be gunning in for this Mewtwo Y in this composition.
Yeah.
Which honestly is going to be highly likely, but still,
Ooh, wow.
Highly unlikely is what I meant. There we go.
This is a very interesting comp coming in from Blacklist International. The thing is, they don't have any backline. So we may have mentioned a while ago or even yesterday that some of the compositions are pretty much like an all-in press go button. But this thing coming from Blacklist International, this specific composition, no backliners, no long-range damage dealers at all. This is literally the epitome of going just all in, just running it down into an engage, into an all-in fight.
Which is really interesting because we haven't seen this kind of composition in, anywhere really. Maybe during Zapdos era, sure. But then again, like Zacian, Umbreon, Zacian, Garchomp, Snorlax, right? Really a bruiser kind of like composition. And then you have the Dodrio. Not even a way for you to support your Pokemon. But then again, I mean, that's why there's the Umbreon. I guess that's the Pokemon that will be used as support utility, coming in with, Mean Look into Wish, getting it a little bit of sustain, allowing the Snorlax to be the one that's full-on defender, while the Dodrio is, the run and gun kind of like Pokemon that could put out some damage, try attack, try attack agility into, or jump kick rather, just go in and out, a triple trample just to score in and out as well. But that also means that that's almost always guaranteed to be a 4v5 kind of situation against that of Alter Ego, if that is the case.
Yeah. So we'll see how Alter Ego will change things up. Okay, there we go. I was like, huh? What's going on?
They just wanted to show you who's playing. That's the thing. Yeah. Just in case you forgot. It's Alter Ego and Blacklist International, dude.
Yeah, and the stage. For now, it's Blacklist International. Just trying to buy time. Of course, they have the Garchomp. That takes a bit of time. So you have the Zacian dependency. You have the likes of Dodrio that could set things up for Blacklist International, at least early on. For Alter Ego, I think it's pretty much the same thing for Blaziken. And then the rest of the crew would just be the ones that alleviate some of the pressure. And so far, I feel like these early game would not see like all-in engages, both sides.
Right. I mean, uh, like Alter Ego here really needs to get in their Pokemon Go online first. But then again, after they get their Pokemon online, I think that's the time when they go all in, especially with this kind of competition. Blaziken, really a huge bruiser Pokemon. Serena is as well. And there's the crossover with the Rock Tomb as well, just to try to confine them within that Rock Tomb. And of course, Miraidon charging its beam as well, just to be able to put in a lot and huge backlane damage as well. Blissey, however, is going to allow them to get a little bit of a knock up while sustaining a little bit of a HP with soft boil as well. Bliss assistance just to ensure that Alter Ego survives a lot of those team fights. But with that being said, though, Ikura tries their best to get the Sergio, and they did as well with the help of Ice with that of the Blissey.
Yeah, and now Blacklist International. Actually, a really good stage. Just stacking a couple points here, and we see how Zacian has been doing a lot of work as well. Just rotating on top side of the map, going into the middle of the map, just going and finding a lot of these surprise attacks.
And there you have it. As we mentioned, surprise attack, surprise into Alter Ego. They're going to be able to take down Serena into their hands. Blacklist International tries to go in and tries to pressure them up, tries to, force them their way into the first score goal. And there you have it. It's going to be 1 point here for the side of Blacklist. Going to be able to get a little bit of some casualties of their own as well. It's going to be 1-for-1 trade in favor of no one. But Blacklist International definitely has the lead in terms of XP and points.
Yeah, and that would give them a very good start here in game number 1 up against Alter Ego. Look at Zacian already at level 10. That's 2 levels above anyone from Alter Ego.
Oh yeah, for sure. And as we mentioned, XP is going to be the name of the game here. And if Blacklist International can maintain this lead against that of Alter Ego, I have no doubts they can win against them. But with that being said, the Red Shark almost gets taken out. It's going to be stolen here by Sun into that organization away from that Alter Ego, as we see a little bit of skirmish 1v1 into the top path, as Serena and Garchomp are doing their best to try to get away, but Shingdi though needs to get away.
Levels above anyone from Alter Ego.
Oh yeah, for sure. And as we mentioned, XP is going to be the name of the game here. And if Blacklist International can maintain this lead against that of Alter Ego, I have no doubts they can win against them. But with that being said, the Red Shark almost gets taken out. It's going to be stolen here by Sun into that organization away from that Alter Ego, as we see a little bit of skirmish 1v1 into the top path, as Serena and Garchomp are doing their best to try to get away, but Shingdi though needs to get away. Tropkin is going to be the name of the game here, as Reggie like he's now into that of the top path. But unfortunately for them, they don't have a lot of points here just to push in, and if they can put in some points, they need some response. I think they need some response here from Alter Ego so that they can get out safely. But with that being said, they're going to push in the 22 points with the a bit of a sacrificial play. But then again, they do have access to Ignite move. Still doesn't use it though, as Blacklist International take down 3, make them 2 in the central area, and Serena up top as well. 94 tries to get away though, unfortunately not going to be enough here. With its Sovereign and Sword coming from Sen. It's not even, it's even not fully charged as well.
Yeah, and Blacklist International, just looking at Sen, he's doing so from the beginning up until the end of this game, or well, at least at the current state of this game, already reaching level 11, as well as Garchomp reaching that state already in 5 minutes, cut above the rest. So I think if they keep this up, they could definitely have that edge in terms of that power, in terms of that damage, despite having these type of full bruiser composition.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's what I mentioned as well earlier, right? If they can maintain this up to the late game, then man, they have a very high chance of getting the first game against that of Alter Ego. But then again, we cannot discredit Alter Ego here. They are definitely going to try to catch up in terms of XP, and once they do be able to get that XP up and running, then I think they would be able to answer back against that of Black International. But as we say that, isolated, that is the Crustle coming from Ikura with the help of the Moonlight as well, not allowing to get away, get in the KO, and the XP gap just keeps on getting further and further away from Alter Ego.
Yeah, now Blacklist International looking at the Registeel. They want to take it down for themselves. Alter Ego has information off this though.
Oh man, here we go, another one here. And Blacklist International once again steals that Registeel down bottom, gonna be able to take down 2 in the process. No, make that 3 perhaps. Yes, it is gonna be 3 down. So almost taken down as well, but survives for another day with Wish. But here comes another one, another push here from Blacklist. Quintessence is gonna be popped out into Lance. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be enough. Livid Outrage gonna be used here, just trying to get away and survive. Yes, they will knock off as well, but no response coming from that of Blacklist International, not just yet. And look at that. Bright Future Meteor Storm is getting popped as well, just to take down Lance. And here comes another extended team fight here from that of Alter Ego. They're still not done here. Paranoid is going to be popped as well. The Dodrio is going to be able to take down Ikura once again. 1-for-2 trade here in favor of Alter Ego, but it's not going to be enough. Block into X speed again. Is this going to be enough to defend the first Skogul? Yes, it would be, but not quite enough, as they're still able to put in another score. And now it is not going to be done. Not now, not later. We still want this. We still need to answer back with our chaos of our own. But just like that, they want to destroy the first Skogul. Not quite yet. Still not going to be destroyed, but Tramp here tries to get away once again.
Yeah, Blacklist International trying to go in for the defense here, but Alter Ego will go in for the dunk. That's 45 points, a 41-point overcap for that tier 1 goal zone in the bottom lane. And so for Blacklist International and Alter Ego, the gap has closed out. But Reggie Alecki will be the handshake objective for Blacklist International.
Yeah, but you know, Blacklist International definitely still does have the lead here. You know, sure, the level gap, sorry, the point gap might be minuscule, but then again, the XP gap that Blacklist has against that of Alter Ego is quite what do we call this? Like quite detrimental for that of Alter Ego, which essentially allows them to, well, eat up a lot of the damage coming from the Alter Ego and be able to, you know, basically tank down the damage while putting out damage of their own as well against that Alter Ego. So really, the deficit right now is still on the side of Alter Ego, and they need to be able to do something here. And you know, definitely getting in the Reggie eyes is one to be able to, you know, survive the Reggie fight later down the game. And here you go, another isolation into Ikura, which has been a key objective of Blacklist International since earlier.
Now Rayquaza is currently up already. Blacklist International a little bit split apart.
Livid Outrage is going to be popped up into the Moonlight Prance as well, but it's not going to be enough for Meteor Storm is going to be popped up into the Quintessence as well. It's going to be popped up as well. Not quite yet, though. Going to be able to take down the Umbreon, and looks like the Garchomp is going to be taken out as well. And another one here, they're going to be able to put up their Unite moves once again. No, not quite yet. It is going to be the Blaziken with the change of form is going to be the one up left. Everyone has already popped in their Unite move, but it's not going to be enough for them to secure that Rayquaza for themselves, as Dramp has still 46 points, and they are just going to be leaving it up there. And here you go. A little bit spread out into the map here, into the central area, but they do have me look into that of Alter Ego. They're going to be able to take down Ryu, however, into the arsenal, which allows them to put up a little bit of attacks into the Rayquaza, just a little bit of poking here, just to bait down Blacklist International. But here you go, Shingdi is no longer in the pictures, out of the picture for Alter Ego here. Blacklist International can definitely put up a little bit of a challenge here for some steals, but the question is, they need to burst this, and would they be able to do it so?
Just imagine if Blacklist International is able to hold this out in seconds. They have a 2-point advantage here. Rayquaza already down low though.
Oh wow, that's gonna be a 3 down to the side of Blacklist International. They might be able to take this one up. Rayquaza already low. It's gonna be taken down by Shingdi, and just like that, 30 seconds left. And Alter Ego is gonna be able to secure the Rayquaza, taking down 4 to the side of Blacklist International, and finally catching up into that of Blacklist International. Honestly, it could have gone any way, either way for both of the teams. Alter Ego has had quite a difficult time against that of Blacklist International for the rest of the game, and unfortunately for them, they were able to take down Blacklist International, take the Rayquaza, and only then were they able to secure the win. But if they weren't able to do that, Blacklist International definitely had that in the back.
Yeah, for sure. Although Alter Ego taking that Rayquaza and ballooning this advantage onto their side to take game 1 to their advantage, bringing them to match point. 1 game away to taking the series away. But so far with Shingdi and actually 94 doing a lot of work all throughout that game from the very beginning up until the very end, it's just producing a lot of results for Alter Ego's side. And for Blacklist International, if you're looking at Sant was the one who dealt a lot of damage and
Mm.
also received a lot of damage, tanked a bit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, in this kind of like composition, right? Like Blacklist International, if they can, right? But the thing is, since we already saw that, there's quite a huge possibility that that might get respect banned. But then again, that's the beauty of having only two Pokemon bans for each team. If we do get the update of getting three bans instead for each the team, then definitely that would put in more what call this changes towards our meta play. But with that being said, though, since there's only two, we're gonna be banning the priority banned Pokemon. We have the Serena ban here. Definitely that is a what call this a respect ban. Coming in from that of Blacklist International, they don't want to deal with that. But then again, because the what was this? The Dodrio and the Zacian aren't banned, that means it is going to be open for Blacklist International to again, but it is going to be Shingdi to going to secure that one for themselves.
All right, okay. Alter Ego denying this, and but that leaves a Mimikyu and Urshifu or them for Blacklist. But Alter Ego could actually do the same thing, like go in for the guard chomp with the Zacian along with the this could definitely still work out for them along with a Hoopa and another attacker. So this is what I'm seeing so far for Alter Ego and what type of composition they could do.
And now, I'm actually liking this first three Pokemon coming from that of Blacklist International, looking pretty what do you call this? Not balanced, but rather beautiful in terms of starting competition. Mimikyu, Urshifu, and the Miraidon. It's what called a very great foundation of what a good competition could be, and start ending it off with the Eldegoss and the Trevenant just goes to show how much they have thought this through. Allowing them to be able to do a lot of setups as well and sustain themselves as well with that of the Eldegoss.
Wow. A Talonflame is the final pick here by Alter Ego. Definitely not what I was expecting to be lining up here for Alter Ego. And thus far, I feel like this shouts to me a very early game, mid game centric composition that Alter Ego has set up.
I'm not really going to say that. Mainly because they have Shingu into that of the Zacian, right? But then again, 9-4 here with that the Talonflame, we might be able to see a bit more of pretty much played just like a played like a Dodrio, hit and run. But then again, we all know for a fact that Fly from Talonflame does a lot of burst damage, despite having 12 seconds of cooldown. So with that being said, though, I have to give it to Blacklist for the amazing competition. I think they really win this very balanced competition against that of Alter Ego. But I am really excited to see how Alter Ego is going to play this one out against Blacklist.
Yeah, I do the same. I echo the thoughts, right? In terms of Blacklist International, in terms of composition, this is a much better purview in terms of like strength and defense as a balance. And they definitely do have the capability to win up against Alter Ego in this type of situation. So it's more all about that execution. We called upon this already a while ago. Blacklist International did everything well, did everything amazingly. Sant was just roaming around the map consistently. That just affected the winning condition of Blacklist International to a much more beneficial stage and a much more optimal state for Blacklist. So I think if they could rinse and repeat that type of strategy coming in from early mid game, wherein they're constantly rotating, they're constantly being present around the map, that could lead them to a win.
Oh yeah, and here we have it though. Starting off this game, it could again potentially be the final game of the night here if Alter Ego wins. But Blacklist though, I'm pretty sure they're not going to allow that to happen, as Ice is trying to get away with Trick here, going to try to get a little response here. and survive, not giving some XP against that of Blacklist International. But 94 now does have both of the buff. Ice was able to steal away the violent buff into the side of Blacklist, but now they are not done. They still want to get one more, but fails to do so, unfortunately.
Yeah, really unfortunate on that force invade. Now you have Alter Ego going for like a double rotation into the bottom side. But look at the top side. It's Alter Ego actually going for the dominant start there with a double KO.
Wow, we have the Ghost Flare, we have the Fun Thump, and the Mimikyu get taken down, 2 up top and 1 down bottom. Really a different kind of like Alter Ego that we're seeing this time around, given the fact that they are being far more aggressive than they were game number 1.
Yeah, and I feel like just having like the Talon Flame enables you to go in and out of fights. Zacian is strong and incredible in all throughout the game, actually, just because he's too tanky. He's capable of dealing enough damage as well and having enough ability as well for those rotations. Oh, Jingdi!
Oh, wow. Did you see an ice right there? Really allowed Shingdi to survive longer than it should be. Really, with the help of ice to do that little trick. With that being said, though, Blacklist International is going to be able to take down Z right here with that of the Aspion down bottom. But then again, here comes. Oh, they're not going to be gunning in for Fly, but instead goes in for Brave Bird instead, and then Aerial A. I believe is going to be the first pick here, the first move rather, just to be able to put in some damage and not wait for Fly for that very long cooldown. Still burst damage though.
Yeah. And now Alter Ego with a 4-man rotation into the bottom side. Miraidon, his job here would be just buy time for his teammate. But there we go. Alter Ego will dominate and will get enough points there to dunk and actually bring down the tier 1 goal zone quite in a very low.
I mean, I'm kind of like surprised as well that this Talon Flame is not being used as, to allow Alter Ego to be a scoring kind of composition, but instead is actually joining in a lot of team fights, going to be able to take down a lot as well and push in some scores along with it instead of scoring comp, just scoring in, go out. It's not like that. It's actually being used as a proper Pokemon, a proper attacker into the side of Alter Ego, which just goes to show how much it can support Espeon and Zacian as well in terms of damage, while having Umbreon and Hoopa be the sustain that the team needs.
Yeah, and now Alter Ego once again has eyes onto the bottom lane.
And there you have it. Electro Drift into Flame Sweep, actually, evading Electro Drift coming in from that of the Miraidon. But here we go, another one here. That is the Miraidon with the Unite move, going to be able to take down the Talon Flame, as we have mentioned, especially one, but does a lot of damage. Trap here tries to get away, and they're going to be able to do so as well. They are outnumbering Alter Ego right now, but Shingdi is now ready to respond back in. Ice though, Phantom Force is going to be used just to, get a little bit of poke into side of Blacklist, but still, this engages. Very beautiful combination coming in from that of Blacklist.
Yeah, and that would put them at an even position now for Alter Ego in comparison to a while ago that Alter Ego was fully controlling of the whole game in the first 5 minutes. Blacklist International, the release is catching up. It is caught up quite a bit up against Alter Ego with only a difference of 9 points. So at this stage, you have the Reggie bottom and the Reggie top coming out really soon. So now it's Blacklist International. If you're looking at the map right now, it's pretty much a 4v4 here in the bottom lane.
Oh yeah, and here you have it. They are just trying to line up going into the Reggie bottom, but as that happens, Ikura right now almost gets taken out. As I do like the combination here. The combo coming in from that of Ice. And of course, we have 94's Talon Flame, just because of the fact that it makes sure that it uses Trick first, then use its Brave Bird just to allow it to go back if needed as soon as possible, even without the help of the Hyperspace Soul. So really amazing utilization of the Talon Flame. Really removes the problem the Talon Flame has as a Pokemon, as a unit. But with that being said, though, they're going to be able to take down not only the Regieleki, but now uses Rings and bound into a safe place, try to get this Reggie Rock for themselves, but unfortunately, it's going to be Blacklist International going to be able to secure that Reggie Rock for themselves and wiping down Alter Ego all at the same time. Blacklist International answers back to Alter Ego.
Yeah, and now with that said, Blacklist International comes back with a lead. Although I have to tip my hats off to they did, but a little bit of a rough execution down into that team fight, down into the bottom. If you saw what happened there, it's a 3-2 split. You have the Aspion and also the Zacian going onto the Reggie Aleki on top side, getting that tier 1 goal zone, which is fantastic. And then the rings unbound happen occurred for Hoopa into the bottom lane to be able to bring his teammates back into that fight. Unfortunately enough, Blacklist International just full on committed onto that fight and just shrugged off the HP bars one by one against Alter Ego that really just brought them down a full sweep in that team fight.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, right? Like, what goes, the Hoopa cannot really bring about the rings unbound at the center of the team fight because there's, I guess, like a microsecond, I believe, like half a second, time before the Pokemon that teleports with the rings unbound to be able to move because they kind of like jump in, wait a bit before they can move in, so really cannot use it. And I'd say that was the ideal position where you can use that Unite move into that team fight. But unfortunately, as you have mentioned, Blacklist International really use all their Unite move locked in and be able to swipe down a sweep down Alter Ego all at the same time. But then again, still 15 seconds to be able to take down Reggie Aleki. Just a lot of time and enough time for Alter Ego to take down this Reggie Aleki before they can go into that of the Rayquaza. And just like that, the option select is now going to be forced into that Blacklist International.
Yeah, now Rayquaza comes up. Alter Ego does not have a positional advantage here. 94, a bit of a risky maneuver onto that Rayquaza pit. Bit of a shocker. Blacklist International has to buy time here with a threat of the Reggie Aleki dunking on tier 2 goal zone, but Alter Ego is committing.
Yes, Zuri, and they have to commit as well if they want to win against that of Blacklist International, because Blacklist International can just take down all the damage. Ryu definitely going to be the one initiating the team fight. Gets a twister coming from that of the Rayquaza. Electro Drift as well. Rings and Bounce is going to be popped up as well, and here we have it. Phantom Force is going to be popped up into the Moonlight Prance. Is that going to be enough though? Not quite yet. Ryu almost gets taken out, but has the shield though. But is that going to be enough? Horn is going to be popped out as well. It's going to be the Elder is going to be taken out. 1-for-1 trade. Unbound is now going to be down. And of course, the Talon Flame as well. Second flare down here into the side of Alter Ego, but still not a lot of reinforcement of the damage coming from the Alter Ego, allowing them to take down 3 into that side. And now that is the Umbreon going to be taken down as well. Only Espion is up left. D-Ray, are you going to be able to secure this for your team? Let's find out. Ice is here as well. Unfortunately for them, Blacklist was able to defend that Rayquaza and take them out for themselves. This 5 lead of Alter Ego is now going to be less than 5, obviously. Less than 5 lead, because it is going to be Blacklist International up in that speed of a point this time around as they secure the Rayquaza.
Yeah, Blacklist International actually taking down that objective, taking down the 3-4 members of Alter Ego, make them to taking down the objective in a massive lead as well, bringing this into game 3. JJ Kun.
That's what I told you, man. Like, we're gonna go game 3. That's what I told you at the very start when we started.
Well,
okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, game 3. Yeah.
Game 3. Woohoo! Let's go. I love it.
Right. And again, as we have mentioned as well, after game number 1, Blacklist International can definitely take in the win against that of Alter Ego. And that despite Alter Ego being the one that won game number 1, one of the things that I said as well is that it is definitely going to be Alter Ego that needs to adjust their game style, their gameplay and composition against that of Blacklist International, because really, as I mentioned, I really am in favor of Blacklist International's a gameplay and of course their composition. And now the final match, the final game of the day, Blacklist International against Alter Ego, whereas Alter Ego is on the left side and Blacklist on the right.
Yeah. And now it all comes down to this, the final game of the year.
Of the year, yeah. Not only of this day, but of the year.
Only if we had 10 games, you will have more. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's a final game of the year. It's a final game of the day for the group stage at the very least. We still have one more day next year. But today will be the last one for 2024 at the very least. But Alter Ego now prioritizes on Miraidon, which opens up the likes of the Garchomp, the Serena, the Umbreon will still be open for Blacklist.
Oh yeah, I mean, that is definitely going to be a priority pick here. I'm pretty sure they're going to be putting it in. There we go. That is going to be Serena and the Umbreon, the first pick for the side of Blacklist International. Obviously, no question about that. If you don't have, if the first pick doesn't pick the Umbreon, you definitely have to have that up your arsenal.
Yeah. And now the Snorlax and Zacian. This is what we're looking for. Coming down to Scent. Actually, it's a bit of a curiosity, right? For Blacklist International not having a priority onto the Zacian, as it was really amazing. Gengar?
Wait, no. I don't think they're going to be going in for the Gengar.
Imagine.
Imagine. No. They're not going to go in for that. It is going to be the Terrorledge, which honestly is a much better pick. Although, considerably. Okay, let's assume for a moment that they actually went in for the Garchomp. Honestly, they would win early game, no doubt. But the question is, would they be able to maintain that to the late game?
Good question. It will be really difficult. Ooh, the Greedent. Oh, it's going up. They brought this up, I believe, yesterday. I love this.
Yeah?
I love this going from Blacklist. Yeah, they did. Like having the Greedent and having like another defender. But the thing is, they had an attacker instead of a supporter. They really just went in for like an Umbreon Greedent, double all-rounder and attacker. But this time around, they're lacking onto that damage aspect. So it's all going to be based on Scent and Lance doing all the work.
But then again, we have to remember as well that they have two forms of sustain. Well, actually three. If you think about it, there's actually three forms of sustain. We have the Eldegoss with the Color Cloud Crash and the Pollen Puff. We do have the Umbreon with Wish, and at the same time we have Greedent with well, it's definitely going to go in for Covet just to be annoying. But then again, with its passive ability, is going to go in for Cheek Pouch. With Covet, it's going to be, throwing away orange berries for anyone to pick. And from there, it can essentially, it's minuscule, sure, but it can still heal up its teammates. So definitely, even if that's the case, Serena and Terrorledge, especially Serena, can sustain itself, right? Every time it hits their opponents, it can heal itself up. So definitely a huge sustain capabilities into the set of a Blacklist International, allowing them to survive longer on team fights in comparison to Alter Ego, where they only have the Hoopa with Trick.
Yeah, but sustain doesn't win fight. Sustain doesn't win battle.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Offense, as they say, offense is the best defense. And yes, it's a big argument. It's this back and forth that defense is the best offense is the best defense. Yeah, whatever. But the thing is, like, Blacklist International is a bit lacking in terms of that damage when you're comparing it up against like Alter Ego, which has the likes of Miraidon, that has the likes of Zacian, and even Mimikyu.
Wow, look at this though, Dremp really putting up a fight here, trying to get away, and I think that's the only thing that it really needs to do, just be annoying. That's just all it needs to do. And the moment it gets its Covet, its second move, dude, it's just going to go in on the side of Alter Ego and just be annoying as much as possible.
Yeah, like what can we expect there? Because if we're gonna look at it, right, just because of the lack of damage, just because of the lack of that long-range pokes coming from Blacklist International, Alter Ego is able to really do a lot of these aggressive type of plays. They cannot just sit around and just fear Blacklist International. Even the Altaris and Swablues in the bottom lane is easily taken down by AE.
Well, I guess that is the main point here coming in from that Alter Ego. Since Blacklist International definitely lacks in terms of the attacking prowess, as you have mentioned, they would definitely have the advantage to take down most of the wild Pokemon into the side of Alter Ego. But with that being said, though, we are going to be seeing a bit of a what it calls not insane rather, but some a Pokemon to steal away the buffs here into the set of Blacklist International, making sure that they would have the advantage against that of Blacklist. And just like that, Ikura helping down 94 as well is going to be the player of the game here, as Dramp was able to steal away the orange buff from that of Altered Ego. But there you go. Here comes the Quebec. Deja Vu is going to be the player of the game here. And there we have it. Dramp easily gets away with the buff.
Yeah, they definitely needed it, right? Just because of Alter Ego also going in for that invade as well. If you're looking at 94 having the blue buff, or rather the purple buff and the orange buff, that's because it came from Blacklist's side. They're just removing these buffs away from Blacklist International, so definitely Blacklist wants to answer back and gain a value after all. From
I mean, they really want to delay the Sterilege and of course the Drina, because that is the only source of attacking damage from Blacklist, and if they can delay them, then they can essentially maintain the lead going up until the late game. And I guess that's going to be the main objective here for Alter Ego moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see what Blacklist International will be adjusting here, because they are currently down 5 points. Alter Ego currently taking down the Reggie Bottom, getting the Reggie Rock. And Creedon once again trying to just be a menace, just trying to be that obnoxious Pokemon up against Alter Ego. But with that said, that will be Alter Ego who takes 2 KOs immediately from the past few fights.
Yeah, but here's a bit of a handshake as well, as Alter Ego gonna be able to secure that Reggie Bottom, but it is gonna be Blacklist International taking down that Reggie Elecki. Unfortunately for them, they still don't have that attacking prowess, especially if nobody still has their Unite moves yet. Instead of Blacklist International, so that they aren't able to push that Reggie Elecki into that of the first tier Skullgirl up top. Well, Alter Ego is now ready, especially with Miraidon, with the Bright Future Meteor Storm, and of course we have Sovereign Sword coming in from that of the Zacian. And of course Mimikyu too, currently at level 11, now has access to play with me.
Yeah, and now just look at that damage. Even Umbreon cannot sustain for that long. And just imagine, right? We talked about this in terms of competition, that Blacklist International, their only dependency would be Serena and also Ceruledge. But if Play With Me occurs into one of them, there's no more damage left for Blacklist.
Oh no, yeah, and as we all know as well, Play With Me does bound you, so definitely, even if you use your moves here into the side of Blacklist International, even what do you call this, Grid Dant, there we go, even Grid Dant is gonna get stopped.
That's just the power of Play With Me Unite move. But now Blacklist International a bit in danger here. Unite moves going back and left and right. 3 for 2 for now.
That is going to be the name of the game here, but they're still not stopping. Ryu is going to be taken out as well. That's going to be 3 for 2. 3 for 3 for honestly in the favor of Alter Ego, because they're not only going to be able to take down some Pokemon to the side of Blacklist International, but also put down a lot of points and scores into the top path, destroying the first Skullgirl down bottom as well. But now we have the Reggie Bottom, and of course the Reggie Elecki coming up in just a bit. Dramp here tries to get away, but unfortunately 94's damage is a little bit too much for for that Grident.
Yeah, it's too strong. The Shadow Claws coming down into it. Now the Rings Unbound comes forth into the Reggie Steel.
I'm not quite sure of the Rings Unbound here, because the Reggie Elecki is still up top. But here you have it though. They're going to be able to answer back with 2 for 2 trade. The Ceruledge and the Serena are now out. Alter Ego can definitely take this one up for themselves. But there you have it. It is going to be stolen here by Blacklist International. That is the Reggie Steel. Now nobody is up top to take the Reggie Elecki. The Mimic is going to be taken down as well. But just like that, as I have mentioned, without the attacking prowess, the attacking force from that of Blacklist International, Alter Ego can easily take down Blacklist International, and we already saw what's going to happen. A bit of a foreshadowing going into the Rake phase of fight. I'm pretty sure Alter Ego is going to be targeting down the Serena and the Ceruledge before anyone else.
Now Eyes goes up on top here. Alter Ego, they're going for the Heavy Slam. They're setting up the play.
There we go, Dramp here tries to get away with the bed, but unfortunately outnumbered. Reverend Ren is going to be popped up, but not a lot of damage into that side. Then almost gets taken out as well. But here you go, 2v3 situation, and here comes D-Ray as well. On the back lane, Charge is going to be popped up as well, but not going to be enough. Quintessence is going to be popped up as well, but there we have it. This is going to be 2 KO. The Mimikyu and the Hoopa is going to be down, and the Miraidon is as well. 3 KO for Lance. Beautiful stuff. Might be one more. Are they going to be able to take down the Koalas? Yes, they might be able to. They outnumber it, but no, they are going to be stopping there, destroy the first go, and then take the Regielect.
That's the big problem, right? If Mimikyu goes down for Alter Ego, it's a huge damage the Blacklist International, and that occurred in that team fight prior, where in Blacklist International removed Mimikyu, and that was just the downfall of Alter Ego.
Right, and there you have it. It is going to be the Umbreon going to be taken down once again. Dramp here, just waiting for Gavet to come up, and now using Belch here, getting a bit of a smoke right there, but still not going to be enough to survive. That's another KO, another XP resource for Alter Ego before, heading into that of the Rayquaza.
Yeah, now the Reggie bottom will come out in 5 seconds. It still will be enough time here for any of these two teams to go for it, but Snorlax is zoning away Blacklist International, and Reggie Rock will be free uncontested for Alter Ego.
Yes, and definitely Alter Ego really needs this defense buff going against that of Blacklist International. Very beautiful use of block here into that of the Grident, just making sure that they can isolate it. And Ryu is now trying to help down here, up, down, bottom. But here he comes, Alter Ego a little bit spread it out here as Blacklist International wants to find that position, that angle where they can pinch her through Alter Ego. And here we have it, a little bit of a damage here. That is going to be the Grident, going to be going down to the side of Blacklist International. Maybe one more that goes in for the Meteor Storm as well. Going to retreat down to the side of Blacklist. Maybe one more. Let's find out together. Quintessence is going to be used as well. Get in that bound. Even if you're unstoppable, you're still going to get hit. And that's going to be another one here. The Umbra is going to be taken down as well. And Lance here tries to revive, but unfortunately gets outnumbered, but leaves everyone low into the side of Alter Ego. They need to go and burst this one down if they want to win. And yes, they will. Going to be able to secure that shiny Rayquaza for themselves and guess in their shields and a little bit of that HP, allowing them to score in against Blacklist.
Yeah, and now Alter Ego dunked so much points with the Rayquaza, like instant advantage coming down to them with 526 points against 142 for Blacklist International, and this is going to secure them the win on game number 3 for the series. It's the final game of this year.
Yes, sir. It is going to be the final game of the year, and definitely winning the final game of the year will bring a smile to the faces of Alter Ego's members. If you won the last game of the year, you're definitely going to have a lot of motivation to play for next year. Again, this is still not the last day of the qualifiers of the group stages. We still have one more day. That is going to be January 11th. But as we say that, Alter Ego still wants to push in more points, getting in 12 points as well, securing the win 2-1 against Blacklist International.
Yeah, Alter Ego, what a way to close the year off. What a way to close the day off, actually, as well. Alter Ego, every single bit. Like game 1, game 2, game 3 was a little bit further apart. It was Alter Ego who was able to stack up a couple of points further up ahead against Blacklist International, just because of that lack of damage that we were stating a while ago during the draft composition of Blacklist International. But Alter Ego on that final finish, a dominating conclusion of the series, and pushing them up the leaderboard at the very least, putting them at equal footing with the likes of Talon Esports and Evosonics.
Yeah, and really what's important in this kind of matches is that Alter Ego